Hello guys, welcome back to another Death Frontiers video. Today I'm gonna be showing you my level 50 Rifle Looter build, so let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about is skills. So I have Sprinter, because I was always a Sprinter, I just prefer Sprinter, but Jogger if you want, it's completely up to you. We have Jogger 5 also here, as you can see. We have I like them combined. Like, I didn't know what else to spend the skill points, so I have them combined, and I really like that combination, so I highly suggest you to do so also. It's really good. We have the Looter 5 for that search speed, find unique, find elite, find superior item chance. Middle 5 for that inventory capacity, which is really important. Reloading 5, which help us with reload speed and ammo capacity, which is really important for this also build, helps us quite a lot. Marksman 5 for that aim speed and maximum accuracy, which helps a lot. Quick shot for that aim speed, attack speed not that much, but aim speed definitely. Headhunter for that damage, headshots. Rifle expert because we're a rifle user. Exterminator for damage versus infected, which is damage against zombies, which helps a ton. Fast Learner 5 for that XP gain, so we can, while we're looting and while we're killing enemies, we can also gain XP, so we can get some enhancers and such things, which I find really useful in my opinion. Lockpick, so I didn't know what else to pick, so I choose lockpick. This is prestige 7, so at prestige 10 we will be having a lockpick level 5, which will be 5% lockpick chance. So I have put my prestige points in fast learner and lockpicks. That also, but if your character is not prestige, you can do it without fast learner and lockpick, like this, or you can change jogger for fast learner, completely up to you, but I prefer it to do it as what I explained. So those are the skills. Let's move on to the items. We're using a Gewehr 43, which is an 8mm rifle. Why we're using this rifle is because 8mm rifle is it's really cheap, and it's really cheap, and it's really good. So I highly suggest you to use 8mm rifle, definitely. As you can see, we're focusing on surge speed. This weapon has some headshot and attack speed, and we got visibility range, which is not that important in this build, but helps some things. So yeah, we can get definitely better weapon, but it is what it is. It's our stat stick, as you can see. Stats are not perfect. I mean, they're not super high, but we have some good rolls. Inventory capacity, really good. Fight backpack chance, really good. Damage versus infected, really good. Surge speed, really good. XP gain, really good. Weapon body damage, we do not need it since we're not gonna be using melee, so not really that important. But I wish surge speed, inventory, XP, and some other things are a bit higher, but it is what it is. All right. So that's our stat stick. You can go for the stat stick example, something like inventory, damage versus infected, surge speed, and like anything else is just extra. Those 3 stats you want stat stick. For the weapon, you want like headshot, surge speed, and like anything else is just extra. Inventory, like damage versus infected, some ability stats, just extra. Find superior, find weapon chance, and such things. Anything, but when you're going for the find a certain item, you don't want to have find food, find drink chance, because they're really common already. You'll find them left and right, so you definitely don't want to have that. Rare leather jacket, we have some incoming damage, inventory, visibility range, and radiation chance. As you can see, we have some visibility range in this build at the moment. I think it's really useful and helps you some things, but what I also like to do with this, get some noise reduction, which I'll try in the future. At the moment I could not find anything that work is right now. So as you can see, what's important, incoming damage, it's really good to have it in this patch, because enemies are dealing a lot of damage, so incoming damage is really important. I would say you can go for Kevlar Vest, some kind of armor if you want as your body piece, but I suggest you must have high inventory, that thing. Just remember that, high inventory, and like stats is what I have. Example, like farming, inventory, visibility range, and like health or infection chance or like burns chance. We have Olympian track bottoms, triple sprint speed and jog speed. You can find them on the market. So, you do not have to have them. Have that in mind. You can have something else as for your leg piece. Your leg piece doesn't have to be like this, because otherwise this build will be really expensive. So you can change for something else. You know, like go for like sprint speed, sprint duration, sprint cooldown, triple sprint stats, and like I don't know what else. You know, I think you don't need that much of inventory. Like example of what I'm doing. I'm gonna explain it later. But anyway, you do not need Olympian track bottoms. Same for the track runners. You do not need them. You can try to get something cheaper for your legs and feet. Definitely try to get something cheaper. So you know, just try to get something cheaper. Watchman's cap. It's a really cheap headpiece. You can get it, and it's really useful. As you can see, it has 4 useful stats: headshot, surge speed, 5 weapon chance, and 5 superior item chance, which I think is pretty much the best find stats you can get. That's just my opinion. Really good, because remember that once you get the superior item, you can rare enhance it with rare enhancer. So I think these items are really good, and it's really cheap to get. You can get them like for really cheap. It's like 10k headpiece and 10k like hands, something like that, like 20-30k in total for both of them. So it's really cheap. Large rucksack, I do not know what's the price for that, but we're using large rucksack. You do not have to use that if you don't want to. You can go even with just a rucksack, but I highly suggest you to have large rucksack. Helps you a lot with the inventory. My opinion, I'm gonna explain now. My opinion, you do not need that much of inventory. I think 60 more than enough inventory space, probably even below. I would say let's say like 55. That's more than enough. So I'll tell you why. How I'm looting. When I'm looting, I do one building and I go back, and I keep doing it. I keep doing it. Some people like to loot a few buildings and then go back, but I always get full inventory. I want to pick up some items. Like I do not pick up, example, antibiotics, bandages, burn kits, iodines, because if they're super cheap that day, I really do not pick them up. I pick up paramedics, I pick up first aid kits, travel first aid kits, painkillers. I pick up from ammo. I pick up anything that's selling. You know, just wanna check the market. What's the price of things like that. Anything that's really super low, I do not pick that up. Example, the ammo such as 45 ACP, I do not pick that up. That's one of the things that I do not pick up. So pretty much everything else you can pick up, I would say. So that's pretty much, you know, what I have to say about, like, it's really fast. You know what I have to say. You'll see, like you'll see the action. You'll see this build in action. It's really fast when it comes to looting. Like it's efficient and some other things. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you with some gameplay, and then I'm gonna explain some other things. So yeah, enjoy the gameplay, boys. So as you saw, guys, the build is like, I think it's really good. Have in mind, the build is like at 70% of its full power, maybe 80%, so you can get better. Have that in mind, you know, like I'm gonna start talking about build price and some other things. So, like the whole build price, well, without these two, right? Without these two, whole build will cost you around, I would say 500k, something like that. 500-600k, depends how lucky you are with the items and such things, but 500k, that's how much build should cost you around. And I try to make it as cheap as I can, and so it's efficient, so everybody can afford it. I really tried my best, because I know a lot of you guys were looking for something like this, so I really tried my best. So yeah, around 500k for this whole build. So let me talk about some things. Cons and pros. Alright, the pros, you're literally gonna one-shot everything with this build, like literally one-shot everything. We deal 80 something headshot damage to our enemies. Let me show you the full stats, right? So this is our 48.69 is our headshot damage, right? And then we have damage versus infected, which is right here. We have 64 damage versus infected, which is 48.69 times 1.64, which is 80 something headshot damage to infected. We one-shot everything. Have in mind, this build is not made for commerce. I didn't try it in commerce yet. I cannot say how is it working in commerce. Unfortunately, you'll have to try it out. But I think it could work, but I don't know how good is it gonna be in commerce, so have that in mind. So, but yeah, pros, you're one-shotting everything. You have a lot of ammo. As you can see, we have 15 rounds in a mag because of reloading. It's cheap, ammo is cheap, so you have a lot of range. You know, you have 2 attacks per second, which is, I think, really good. So I just say this build is really good, and I think you should all try it out, and I think you're gonna like it. The search speed, so it's insane. We loot like the search speed is insane. We loot so fast, it's insane. The cons, I will say, you need to be, your aim needs to be really good. I think that's the con with this build, especially the optic enemies example. Like the eye appears to be bigger than it is. It's actually smaller. Like you need to hit it into that black ball actually. So you know, like sometimes, like even if you hit the eye, but if it's not that black ball, you're not gonna kill them. So I would say, you know, cons, like I said, you need to have good aim, and I don't know, like this build is not made for fighting bosses, but if you find the boss, as you saw, I found a boss like in the room, well, I suggest you to just leave the room. You can try and fight the boss, but I do not suggest you that because you're gonna spend a lot of ammo. I didn't want to try that because this build is not made for fighting bosses, mutated enemies, so this is just for looting. So yeah, this is pretty much it about this build, guys. You know, like I don't know what else to add. I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. You know, I really hope you're gonna enjoy this build. I think it's really good. I'm gonna try out some other builds. I'll try my best, you know, to try some other looter builds, and you know, because I know a lot of you guys love looting. So I'll try my best. I'll just try my best to deliver the best I can. I'm gonna try test things. Like I said, I'll also try to make a build for Calmer. Definitely, I can guarantee you that I'll try to make a build for Calmer and Sun, like looter build also. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, which is gonna be all the links down below. Make sure you join my Discord called JZ World. The link also down below, which is for my followers and my subs and such things. Also, make sure you join our different tier 2 community called Cleanup Crew. We're based in different tier 2. Everybody's welcome. The link is also down below. Also, I'll leave a link down below to the different tier 2 official Discord. Make sure you join there. There's some really cool people, you know, like, and you can talk with them. You can try to make friends. You can try to find people to play with and such things. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, stay safe, and I'll see you some other time or in another different tier 2 video, guys. Have a good one. Peace.